This is why wrestling tournaments can be a waste of money. Basically, it's just very simple. Okay, let's say I spend, I go to town, hotel, I got 2 kids that don't wrestle. My son or daughter does wrestle. Entry fee, hotel, all that, $400. You wrestle, Friday night, all day Saturday. So your son or daughter gets, let's say, 5 matches. Pin a couple kids, have a couple long matches. Let's say you get 28 minutes of wrestling. Or worse yet, let's say you get 3 matches and you pin a kid, and let's say you're a youth wrestler and they have 4-minute matches, and let's say you get 9 minutes or 11 minutes of wrestling for that $400 or more. That's a waste, in my opinion. And that's the reason we do competition camps at our training center, basically because you can get hours of live wrestling with top kids from all over the nation and certainly the Midwest. And and the camp is under $200, and that includes meals and everything. Now you look at a camp, not our camp, there's a lot of great camps out there. I encourage you to look around, but you go to a camp for, let's say, it's $500 a week. Now your son or daughter gets 30 hours of wrestling. They get room and board and meals all taken off of that too. So it's it's a pretty good bang for your buck when you look at 24 hours of supervision. You can't get a babysitter to watch your kids for 24 hours a day for 5 days for $495, I don't think, much less teach them anything. She might sit on the couch and watch TV, put a TV dinner in, I don't know. But you go to a camp and you're getting supervision and all the training and access to the workout partners and the drill time, all for $500, 30 hours of that. And then you look at maybe an hour and a half of live wrestling times five days. So there's 7 to 8 hours of live wrestling for $500, and you just spent $400 for 11 minutes. I don't know. I think that the money is in camps and the training value is in camps. Now, I wouldn't choose a camp where they run. That really is a waste of your money. You have 10 coaches. Say, okay, guys, go run to the stop sign and back. It's 9 miles, and then one guy rides his bike for supervision, and the other 8 or 10 guys, they play on their iPhones. I did it when I was at working wrestling camps. We worked wrestling camps for quite a few colleges. I worked wrestling camps for USA Wrestling when I was a kid. I've been doing wrestling camps since I was 17. I never went to a wrestling camp. Taught them before I ever went, and then I guess I never really went except for in college. Maybe I guess the junior national team camps and stuff, but those aren't really like out of state camps. But as far as the running and stuff, you don't want to pay someone to make your son or daughter run. You can do that at home for free, and it's really the whole thing about we're making them tough. Running doesn't make you tough. Sure, you learn how to push yourself, but you can't make it through a season of wrestling without pushing yourself. Your kids if you have a good coach and a good program, and they push the kids and make them wrestle, they're getting tough. A cross country camp doesn't wrestle 1/3 of their time. So why people send their kids to wrestling camps to run, with the promise of making them tough? I don't understand it. How about this? How about we put you through a 2-hour drill practice where your feet don't stop moving for 2 hours? Standing against the wall. Number 1, football grip, pull down, 2 minutes, go. Boom. Number 2, go. Number 1, underhook throw by, go. 2 minutes, time. Number 2, underhook throw by, go. Time, down block, go behind. Number 1, go. That's what our camp is. Okay? So, that's going to get you in shape, and that's going to get you mentally tough. But as far as, at least this is just my opinion, of spending your hard-earned money, don't chase all these tournaments around. It's really, honestly, can be a waste of money for you. When you look at the dollars, $400 for 11 minutes of wrestling, you do the math. $400 for 30 hours, and plus you get room and board and meals and supervision, and your kids get to meet kids from all over the nation. And as I said, I just think that's probably the best way. Skip some weekend tournaments. I tell my kids all the time, skip. Don't even drive 30 miles to St. Charles. Don't even go to that tournament. Your son's going to destroy everybody. Now, sure, it's good to have a few easy tournaments. I want my son and my athletes to have some easy weekends so they can win some gold medals and work their stuff, you know. I don't want to just throw them to the wolves all the time. But sometimes I'm like, hey, here's a couple of tournaments we're going to take off. It's kind of a downtime of the year. There's nothing big coming up as we got, youth, high school guys can't do this because your coaches set the schedule. But middle school and youth, you can say we're going to take the next 2 weekends off, but we're going to train. We're going to take that money, we're going to save it, and we're going to save it for the camp, or we're going to go to a weekend camp somewhere, or So I think it's more bang for your buck, and it's better, and it's a better option to look at the value in training. As long as you're getting good training and it's not just kind of you're not buying mat time. There's a lot of go buy some mat time. 300 kids on the mat, random high school coaches and college kids running practices. They get a napkin out. I'm going to show this move, and this guy's going to show this move when he's done. You don't want that. You want something that's systematic, boom, 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 drilling the kids. And I guess this kind of turned into a camp advertisement. I didn't mean for it to. But like I said, there's other good camps out there. Go knock yourself out. But I know at our camp, we invite the parents if they want to come watch the last practice. Because once you come and watch the last practice, we're going to put your athlete through the whole camp right before your eyes, and you get to see that we did the job you hired us to do. So I know sometimes when I was a kid, we'd go to camps, and when I was in college actually working them, and they would say, if you learn one move this whole week, you got your money's worth. And the kids just kind of do this, and I look around there. I'm not making this up. I was 18, 19, and I'm like, are you people kidding me? And all these people are going, that's right, yep, that's right. And they really believe this. And I'm a kid, I just grew up a cynic, I think. But I was like, you want to spend $500 for a camp and learn one move? You kidding me? I couldn't believe it. But no, that's not right. You should learn everything. And your son or daughter should be able to drill it, and they should look fantastic. And they should feel excited when they come home and say, I got better. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for sending me to the camp. And, that's the kind of camp you're looking for. But take your money, in my opinion. If you have a lot of money, you can do it all. Good for you. Some people do, some don't. But sometimes people say, well, I can't afford camp. And I'm thinking, you went to Amarillo over Christmas. You went to the Georgia Nationals. You went to the Louisiana Takedown Fest, and you got 3 matches against first-year kids from Louisiana, and you spent $900 flying down there. And I'm like, you can't afford a wrestling camp? There's a difference sometimes between can't afford and don't want to afford. I do understand that. And sometimes, the tournaments are fun, especially you go to an easy one where your son's going to mop everybody up. But I want to, if you, with the right training methods and so forth, you can start sending these guys to the big time national tournaments in high school, and they're going to start medaling and winning and having tight matches against the top kids in America. So I would like to see everyone rethink their thinking a little bit, and that's just my 2 cents worth. But I think that we can all agree that 1 or 2 of those tournaments a year, you need them. You have to have them. But you start getting too crazy where you're traveling around like a rock star, and then you're skipping the summer camps because you don't feel like it's worth it. And meanwhile, you went to 5 out-of-state tournaments, and your kid might have got a total of 52 minutes of wrestling, and you spent $2,800. I don't know if that's really the right way of doing it. So there's my 2 cents worth, and take it or leave it.